When I get to examples of my work, I have a couple of options. Notice it says here, attach and annotate examples of lessons, units, rubrics, and other files. How do I attach? Well, down here it says attachments. So I can select a file saved on my computer. I can choose an artifact that I've already created in Taskstream. Name the file, something very clear, straightforward, specific, and then I simply click Add File. I'm going to go ahead and go through the process so you can see how it looks. I'll choose a sentence diagram that I made. I'm simply going to call it Sentence Diagram. Add File. It tells me that it's uploading, and now I have Sentence Diagram. This is why you want to name your file. You don't want your file to be named BSGF13. Whatever shorthand you use to title things, don't use that. Because remember, you're creating a portfolio for employers to see. I click Save and Return, and there it says Attachment section. I can keep adding attachments, but I do want to go in and edit the main text to explain what people will see below. Below you will see several examples of my teaching work. I know, not the most eloquent way to put it. The sentence diagram, maybe I'll change this a different color to draw attention to it. Be careful about using red and green. Those who are colorblind can't distinguish between them. I'll say that it shows my mastery of grammar. This way, when I check the web view, it says the sentence diagram shows my mastery of grammar. Someone can click on this and download this diagram. I've also told them what it shows, why I chose this. You can put all of your work samples on one page. Maybe you prefer to break them out, put them on several different pages. If you want to add videos, that's a possibility as well. If you have it saved to your computer as an MP4 file perhaps, you can attach it. You can let your audience know about how long it is. How much time are they going to have to spend looking at it? What if I want my video to play in my portfolio? In this case, I want to go to Embed Media. Here are all my options for embedding media: Picasa, Flickr, YouTube, SlideShare, etc. So I know that it supports YouTube. Several of you may have uploaded your teaching demos to YouTube. Go over there, get the URL, and paste it in. What title do I want to give it? My video happens to be about compound sentences. I'm simply going to call it Punctuating Compound Sentences. I can describe it if I want to. Again, this is about context. This is a video used for an advanced grammar class. Let's see what happens when I click Add. It tells me to wait. That is my video. I'll click Save and Return. Look at this. Isn't that fabulous? Let's see how it looks in web view. Punctuating compound sentences. It plays directly in here. The way you organize your portfolio is up to you. Maybe you want to put examples of your lesson plans on one page. You want to put your videos on another. Maybe you want to put your ELAR work on one page and your math and science, your STEM disciplines on another. What do you think is going to make the most sense? What is going to present you in the best possible light? Because honestly, people don't like scrolling. So if you decide that you are going to break out all of your work examples as separate pages, that's fine. You could have one called Math Lesson, then another called Music Lesson, another called Teaching Demo Video. So hopefully that takes you through some of the basics of how to work with the Taskstream folios. Don't be afraid to experiment, to mess around with some of these things, because you're still editing content. Publishing and sharing is the final step. When you have your entire portfolio completed, you've added all of the required elements, you have checked and double-checked and proofread everything 100 times, because grammar is very important when you are presenting yourself as a potential employee. Once you finish all of this, you can move to the last tab, Publish, Share. Here are my options with Taskstream. I can create a PDF, which is handy for emailing as an attachment and simply keeping for my own records. I can email the web folio. I can also publish my portfolio to the web. You may not be able to read this, so I'm going to read it to you. Publishing to the web enables anyone to access your work from the internet using the web address that you create. You may choose to limit access by creating a password. You can unpublish your work at any time. And this is really great. Note, any future changes will be automatically reflected in your published work. So if you go ahead and publish your portfolio and 2 days later you realize you hate one of the images you selected, or you found your best lesson plan that you thought you lost, you can go back and change things, and your published portfolio live on the web will update. Before you publish, you have the option to change your visual style. This is where you can look at other themes. I recommend doing this before you get to this stage, because you never know if changing a theme is going to shift around your text or your videos and alter the appearance you want for your portfolio. So, what do I want you to do for English 3043? I want you to publish to the web. So that's this orange button right here that says Publish. Remember, if you go back and change things, this will update. You don't have to come back in and republish. So I've zoomed in. Hopefully you can see a little bit better now. My options are create a customized web address. It starts with taskstream.com. Then it has a variation on my username. I'm logged in as a manager, so that's why it says manager. And then it simply has the title of my portfolio. I can change this to anything I want as long as I use numbers, letters, and dashes. I'm actually going to go ahead and change this to something simple and all lowercase because it looks better, it's shorter, it's easier to remember. If it doesn't go through as a hyperlink when I send it to someone, it's easier to type. And then if I'm worried about people seeing this, although the chances of them stumbling across it are pretty low, I can require a password. Now, if I send my portfolio to someone, I would want to say, here is the link to my professional portfolio. It is password protected, and here is the password you will need. It does not make a professional impact for you to send someone a link, she clicks on it, and it says access denied. Don't make it something like hire me or anything super cutesy. Make it simple, straightforward, professional. Once I'm done with everything, I'm satisfied with my web address, I've created a password or not, I click Publish again. English 3043 Folio has been published successfully. Here's the address I chose, tells me here's the password. I can automatically share it on Facebook, on Twitter, LinkedIn. I can share it on Google+. What if I'm afraid I'm going to forget this and I really am not ready to post it to my Facebook feed so 756 other people can see it? There's an option that says email this web address to yourself. So I've completed my folio.
I have published my folio, so I'm done, right? Sorry, there's one last step. I need to turn it in to my class. I've clicked on the blue home icon in my menu bar along the top. Now I can choose the appropriate DRF program for which I was asked to construct my e-portfolio. You're in English 3043, so you need to click on English. You probably won't see all of these classes. You will see the courses in which you are enrolled. I go down to English 3043, Professional Writing for eMedia, and notice there's a smaller link that says ePortfolio. There's some directions. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit so it's easier to see. You build your ePortfolio in Taskstream. You complete it, you publish and share it. You've done all those steps. You will be able to use the attachment option to turn it in. That's actually your only option down here at the bottom of the screen. It says Add Attachments. So that's where you have to click. And this also shows you the steps you should follow to upload any other assignment that you're asked to put into Taskstream. Because I can upload a file from my computer, so I can put a Word document, a PowerPoint, a PDF file. I can attach a file that I previously uploaded. I can use Taskstream to store things so I don't lose them, so they're still around when I get to my senior year and I have to put together a portfolio. What I want for English 3043, however, is an artifact created in Taskstream. I want to use my folio. So I click on this and it asks, well, which category are we looking for? I made a web folio. And then it has all of my work. I want my good one, English 3043 folio. If you set a password, type it here in the description, just in case. So once I've done this, I click the orange Add File button. Now you can see that it's currently attached. If you were asked to upload several different files for a particular course, you could just keep going and adding more and more. I can view it to make sure, is this the web page I wanted? Well, it's the only one I've created. So this is it. I'm absolutely sure I'm done. It's 2 minutes before the deadline. I have to get this in. Save and return. Now under your ePortfolio assignment, you have your attachment submitted. What if I realize I attached the wrong thing? I went in and I made 14 different folios just messing around with things. I can go to Manage Attachments. I can go in and delete this one, and I can select a new artifact, save, and return. So if you follow all of these steps, you should have a lovely, polished electronic portfolio that you can share with friends, family, and particularly future employers. For English 3043, if I do not get your eFolio, if I come into Taskstream and I look through the list and see that yours is missing, do not worry, I am going to contact you repeatedly. You're going to get tired of it. Everything about Web 2.0 has its learning curve, but the important thing is that you're learning.